Hi Aries, welcome to your love reading for February 2020. Keep in mind this is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading, my email is below. Just send me an email and we can go ahead and set that up. Otherwise, let's get to your reading. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Aries, February 2020? What do you see? What do they need to know? Reach your higher ground, become closer to the universe and closer to the divine for their greater good. In regards to love for February 2020, what do you see? What does Aries need to know? Love energies, February 2020, please. Thank you. Can you please show us the energies, love energies that Aries passed out of prior to February 2020? Okay. Oh. Lost it. Okay, here we go. We have the Temperance card in the upright. I am running a 24-hour turnaround special from now until midnight. I will leave that link below in the description box. It ends January 18th, midnight Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to get your reading in. You get additional minutes, plus you get a 24-hour turnaround guaranteed. Lover's card in reversed. Energies for February 2020. I'll also be leaving two links below. One will be what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, an ex, or soon to be ex. The other is going to be how to move on from somebody that you're having difficulty moving on from, because I'm seeing some people have difficulty with that, and we'll go over how you can move on from that person that you're absolutely anguished about. Okay, hopefully. And then other than that, check out your 2020 Sun Moon readings that are in my playlist. The 2019s are still in there. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook, Insta, like, share, subscribe, and or donate in the link below. Okay. So, we have the Temperance card we're starting off with, as you transition into February. And this Temperance card, to me, I'm getting kind of like holding your shit together. Pardon my French, but I feel like there's stuff kind of going on in an existing relationship. I really think you're trying to exercise, and this is the card of Sagittarius, if that resonates. I don't know if I mentioned that, but you are trying to be patient. You're trying to like meditate. You're trying to take everything in the relationship and kind of like blend it together with the good stuff to find like your happy place. The Temperance card's like my happy place. You're definitely trying to compromise in the relationship. I mean, you're trying to work on this relationship. At the very least, you are. It might be in conjunction with the other person, but you guys are trying. You're trying to make it work. Try to figure it out. Maybe it's because of the kids. Maybe because there's still love there. Maybe it's because you value something. Whatever it is. So I see effort being put in. And it takes a lot of, like I said, trying not to lose your shit. Sometimes people can get on your last nerve. So it's really like, okay, let me go into my meditation room. They really didn't mean to leave their underwear out, and kind of doing that. So that's the energies prior to. The problem is, I don't think it is working out. I mean, I'm sad to say that. We have the Lover's card here in reverse, which is the card of Gemini, if that resonates. And I think you pretty much, the both of you, one of you or both of you realize, we've tried it this way, we've tried it that way. We gave it a good college try, and it's just not working out. So now we're at an impasse, and I think it's time for us to kind of decide what we're going to do. And, some of you could be deciding to get separated, which is leading up to a divorce. Some of you might actually be telling the other person, or the other person might be telling you, hey, I don't know why we ever did get together. There's nothing here anymore, because it can be having regrets about the other person or about the relationship, and that person kind of saying it. At the very least, it's a breakup. Arguments may accompany that breakup, but it's just there's nothing there anymore. The flowers in the garden have died, okay, and there's no water or no miracle grow is going to resurrect them, so to speak. So that's what's going on. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, if it resonates, but that's what the deal is. Now, interestingly enough, with the Five of Swords in reverse, I think you guys are trying to figure out amicably how to move on. I mean, I think I do get amicability from this. I mean, I think the two of you aren't sitting there. I mean, you argue about this and that or what have you. maybe some things are said, but I feel like moving out, you decide, hey, let's not make this ugly. Again, it might be because the kids, I'm not seeing children here. This is something that I'm feeling. Let's try to get along. Let's try to make it friendly. Some of you, if it's a divorce, you might be trying to do pro se, or or if you're breaking up, it's kind of like, let's not argue. Let's just kind of realize this didn't work out for a lot of reasons. It's time to forgive and forget. It's time for us to move on. Let's not, have harsh words or anything like that. I don't want to fight about this. Let's just try to get this done, as quickly as we can. Let go of our past resentments, try to look forward to what's awaiting us in the future. Okay, not only that, I feel like you guys are negotiating things. I'll take the couch, you take this, and kind of managing it. Okay, managing this breakup rather well. So let me pull clarifiers on this. Why is this Temperance card here on the upright for Aries? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages. Temperance card on the upright for Aries. Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages, please. The Chariot card in reversed. We have the Two of Swords in the upright. I have a hard time pulling these cards. And the Nine of Cups in reverse. So things have gotten off track. We have the card here of the Chariot card, which is the card of Cancer, if that resonates. But basically, I mean, you guys can't seem to get things back to where they were. You can't seem to kind of accomplish what you set out to accomplish. You both kind of feel like giving up. It's not getting anywhere. Like I said, you both put your best efforts into it. It wasn't getting anywhere. So what's happening here is decisions have to be made, and I feel like that's a difficult part of this process. Trying to figure out things. Some of you might actually bring a mediator in. We have the Two of Swords here, so there might be mediation, arbitration that you guys considered, or just kind of mediating over, okay, who's going to get what, how is this going to be, what's the best way to go about this, and really about like what feels right, not really what's tangible, but the Two of Swords really isn't a card of action. It's just kind of like sitting, taking everything in, and trying to figure out which way this is going to kind of go. And I see the Nine of Cups here, and to me, I'm getting, you guys had unrealistic expectations. I mean, I feel like one of you or both of you knew that this is the way that this was going to go, but it was like, hey, let's give it one last try here. We're not ready to walk away. Let's give it one last try and kind of see what happens. With the Nine of Cups, I think that, the expectation, the outcome was just not realistic. And I think one of you or both of you kind of knew this. So I think this situation is something you already knew in your hearts. It's just a matter of kind of like carrying it out now, going through the difficult part that maybe the two of you were avoiding. Why is this Lover's card here reversed? Who's this person? What's this energy in regards to Aries love energies for February? Who is this person? What's this energy? Additional messages. I just realized I didn't put a... I think I've been putting titles up for this. I need to go back and put a title up. Okay, we had the Devil card in the upright. We have the Knight of Swords in reversed. You know what? I'm going to have to make a note of that, because otherwise I'm going to forget. And yeah, I'm going to need to do it in your video. Titles. Link. Okay. If I don't write it down and I don't do it right away, I'm going to forget. So I forgot to put the title in the Pisces. Okay, so we have the Devil card. Additional messages for Lover's card in reverse. Queen of Wands. Okay, Devil card, Knight of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands. I feel like this is difficult to... You guys are tied together. Again, I keep on getting kids. I don't know if it's because of the kids. You guys tried to stay together because of the kids. There is something chaining you guys together that's very hard to break out of. I actually think this is a physical, financial, a tangible thing. So whether it's the kids, it's bank accounts, investments, you guys have the house. And this is going to make things difficult because you're tied to each other in so many ways. And I feel like there are chains that are I don't think they're spiritual or mental. I feel like it's just your names are on documents together all over the place, or there's an apartment, or and this isn't really like one of the things you sort of want to deal with. And as a result of being tied together, it's kind of hard to figure out, okay, well, how are we going to get out of this? How are we going to kind of, how are we going to no longer be together in this, in regards to this or in this? For some of you, like you could share a car, for instance, and okay, well, who's going to get the car and who's going to ride the bus? Like, these kind of things need to be sort of figured out, or both your names are on the title, so what happens then? So it's a Knight of Swords. It's really chaotic trying to pick through this energy and organize it and figure out, and it really is overwhelming. It's like in the night energies, to me, it's just this huge whirlwind and you can't get a handle on it. So it brings a lot of stress, a lot of drama with it, a lot of stuff you don't want to have to deal with. But I see this Queen of Wands here on the upright. So I feel like it's you, probably because she's a fire sign, and I don't know who you're in a relationship with. I mean, it could be it could be them too, or it could be both of you kind of embodying this Queen of Wands and saying, listen, I know it's going to suck, but we're going to figure this out. Okay, we're just going to have to take on the challenge. We're going to have to just face it head on, be positive about it, and kind of make this happen and push through this. Okay, we have the ability to do this. So I feel like you guys are empowering yourselves to kind of push through this, because it's not going to go away, and it's something you just have to take on and kind of get done. Why is this Five of Swords here in reversed? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the Five of Swords in reversed in regards to Aries love energies moving out of February into March. Page of Cups in reverse. That's interesting. King of Cups. Somebody gets uppity right at the end. Okay, so there might be an issue towards the end. Remember I said, putting the swords down. And now the Five of Swords can also be someone disregarding somebody else's opinion or what they have to say, and then conflict files. So I feel like despite the efforts to not kind of argue or have that situation anymore, there is a little thing that kind of comes up, because I see one person being like snippy, kicking their heels up a little bit and being like like throwing a fit, like, you can't have that, you can't have the car, why should you have the car, I worked for it, I'm the one that paid the money for it, and so I feel like there is a bone of contention in there that you guys actually kind of swap it up a little bit. And somebody feels like it's unfair. They feel like they should be getting more than they're actually getting. I mean, to me, everyone can get along. Everything's, well and good until money gets involved. And then all of a sudden, once people start seeing the dollar signs, and, things start falling apart. And that's what I think it is. So some person is just, having a fit about something that they are adamant about. Again, I feel like you might bring a mediator in. I see this King of Cups in, or a friend to kind of mediate this situation. The King of Cups either represents that person who's coming in to kind of, listen to what's going on here, or this could be just the two of you having the maturity to settle it out on your own. But since the King of Cups is in between these two cards here, I almost feel like this person comes in, they're listening to the one side of the person throwing a fit, and the other person who's saying, I'm not getting what I deserve, and it's going to be solved. Arbitrator, mediator, a family friend, someone who can be trusted kind of gets in between you, and that's what kind of resolves the conflict. So that's what I have for you all. If it resonates, consider a personal reading, and or click on one of the links below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, and the other link is how to move on. And then check out my 2020 Sun Moon readings. They're in my playlist, or my 2019 24-hour turnaround special. Take advantage of that. It goes until midnight tonight, January 18th. After that, it is no longer. You get your reading turned in 24 hours, plus you get additional minutes. And other than that, just ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Otherwise, adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.